The squirrel is often overlooked, but without it, forests would fail. In this emotional, cinematic wildlife documentary, we uncover the hidden life of squirrels and their powerful role as nature's silent doctors, from pregnancy and parenting to survival instincts, grief after mate loss, health management, and the unseen economic benefits squirrels provide to forests and humanity. This film reveals why these small mammals are essential to life on Earth. Discover how squirrels heal forests by spreading seeds and fungi, how they manage injuries without medical care, how mothers risk everything to rescue their young, and how entire ecosystems quietly depend on their memory. This documentary blends suspenseful storytelling, scientifically grounded facts, and ultra-realistic visuals to tell a story of survival, loss, intelligence, and resilience. This is not just a nature film. It is the story of a species holding the planet together without recognition. If you love animals, wildlife documentaries, kindly like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified once we drop a new video. Let's dive in. At first glance, it's just a flicker of fur. But this tiny heartbeat shapes entire forests. Squirrels have survived ice ages, predators, and cities by instinct alone. There are over 280 squirrel species, scattered across nearly every continent, from tropical rainforests to frozen mountains, adapting or disappearing with the land they inhabit. Every movement is calculated. Every pause is survival. Their lives are short, but never simple. In the wild, most squirrels live 6 to 12 years, and every year survived is a victory against claws, teeth, and hunger. When mating season arrives, the forest begins to chase. Females choose strength, speed, and persistence because life depends on it. Once chosen, the race ends and a quieter journey begins. Pregnancy lasts only 30 to 45 days, yet everything changes. She builds a dray woven from leaves, bark, and instinct. And inside this fragile shelter, life quietly forms. She eats constantly now, gathering energy for lives not yet born. Birth arrives silently, usually 2 to 5 tiny lives at once. They are born blind, hairless, and helpless. For weeks, the mother rarely leaves. Her body becomes warmth, food, and shield. Every sound outside could mean death. And instinct tells her when to hide and when to fight. At 6 weeks, eyes open, and the world floods in. Curiosity grows faster than fear. Soon, they learn the most important lesson of all memory. Squirrels remember thousands of hidden food locations, and those forgotten seeds become forests. Without squirrels, entire ecosystems would quietly collapse. Every leap is a gamble. Every mistake is final. They communicate through tail flicks and sharp alarm calls. And a single warning can save dozens of lives. As seasons change, survival strategies evolve. Winter becomes hunger measured in stored memory. Those who forget do not return. Look closer, and you'll see precision disguised as chaos. A squirrel's body is engineered for escape, balance, and speed. Its tail is not decoration. It is rudder, blanket, signal, and shield. Classification places them among rodents, yet their intelligence sets them apart. They belong to the family Syraditree squirrels, ground squirrels, and flying squirrels, each evolved for a different world, yet bound by instinct. Their habitats stretch across forests, grasslands, deserts, and even human cities. Where trees fall, squirrels must adapt or vanish. Their diet is survival science in action. Nuts, seeds, fruits, fungi, and sometimes insects. They even harvest underground fungi that quietly feed entire forests. Eating is never relaxed because danger eats with them. Predators come from the sky, the ground, and the silence in between. One mistake can end an entire bloodline. Humans are their newest and strangest threat. Cars, poisons, glass, and wires are dangers they never evolved to understand. Yet squirrels are not only creatures of caution. They are capable of recognition and connection. Though often solitary, they remember familiar companions and form temporary bonds. When a mate disappears, behavior changes. Vigilance increases. Feeding slows. Searching lasts longer than it should. Grief has no language here, but instinct remembers absence. Some abandon nests once shared. Others become fiercely territorial. Loss reshapes survival. Migration for squirrels is not measured in continents, but in persistence. They shift ranges when food vanishes, descend from trees to ground life, or climb higher in search of cooler climates. Climate change rewrites ancient maps, but memory still guides their movement. Their brain-to-body ratio rivals much larger mammals. They plan, deceive, and adapt. False caches confuse thieves, and intelligence becomes survival currency. Every day lived is a calculated risk. Night survived is earned. They do not conquer nature. They negotiate with it. Their existence is fragile, yet essential. When squirrels disappear, forests grow quieter. Seeds stop traveling. Growth slows. Balance breaks. And yet, they persist unseen, uncelebrated, and vital. They ask for nothing but space to remember, space to love, space to lose, and space to adapt. In the end, the squirrel is not merely surviving the forest. It is holding it together. Squirrels do not grieve the way humans do, yet loss leaves its mark. They recognize familiar lives through scent, sound, and repeated encounters. And when a mate disappears, something in their world breaks. They return again and again to shared feeding grounds and nesting places, searching longer than instinct requires. As if memory itself is unsettled, their behavior shifts. Vigilance increases. Feeding slows. Alarm calls become more frequent. Stress moves through the body, redirecting energy away from reproduction and toward survival. Routines that once provided safety now carry danger and menace squirrels. Healing does not always come with hands. Sometimes it comes with teeth, memory, and instinct. The squirrel is nature's quiet doctor. Every seed it buries is a prescription written for the future, and every forgotten cache becomes medicine for the forest. Trees rise because squirrels forget, and underground, fungi spread on their fur, healing roots and strengthening soil. Without them, forests weaken and ecosystems grow sick. But healing comes at a cost. Injury is common, and medical care does not exist here. Survival depends on self-management. When wounded, squirrels reduce movement, retreat into hollows, and redirect every ounce of energy toward recovery. Weakness invites death, so they vanish until strength returns. Rescue in the wild is rare, yet instinct still intervenes. Mothers relocate entire nests when danger approaches, carrying fragile lives through open air where one mistake ends everything. Parenting here is not gentle, it is warfare. Lessons are not taught with patience, but with example. Because there are no second chances in the wild, their lifestyle is dictated by vigilance. Rest is shallow, sleep is brief, every sound is measured. Health is not maintained daily, but months in advance. Winter starvation claims more lives than predators ever could. Those who planned survive. Those who did not fade quietly into the cold. This cycle feeds more than squirrels. Healthy forests regulate water, air, and climate. Human survival is woven into these unseen services. Forests stabilized by squirrels prevent erosion, protect rainfall cycles, and safeguard timber and crops. Entire economies quietly depend on their labor. Yet the doctor is often blamed for the cure. Squirrels are hunted, poisoned, and displaced by the very species that benefits from their work. Still, they continue. Still, they heal. Still, they raise the next generation without recognition or reward. There is no gratitude in nature, only instinct, only memory, only duty written into DNA. The forest survives because they persist, and humanity benefits without ever noticing. The squirrel is not merely part of nature's system. It is one of its doctors. Appetite fades, even when food is abundant. Weight drops. Some individuals grow aggressive, fiercely guarding territory as stability collapses. Others withdraw, moving less, watching more. There is no single response to loss, only individual variation shaped by instinct and memory. When young are present, the cost of loss deepens. A surviving parent stays closer to the nest, feeds less, and risks everything to protect what remains. Lifespan shortens, strength fades, but survival of the next generation takes priority. Reproduction often pauses. Breeding seasons are missed. In the wild, reflection has no place, only recalibration. Squirrels do not understand death, but they remember patterns. If you love wildlife documentaries, kindly like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified once we drop a new video.